All right, so here we are. This is part two, episode 31 of Clean Pin on from the Bleachers Sports Show. Thank you for viewing again, part two. Thought I'd just kind of, you know, break it down into two sections, kind of make it a little bit easier, a little bit free flowing instead of just one big download of 40 minutes. That could seem a little bit overwhelming, I guess, right? But, just going back to Bray Wyatt, he but he put up something on Twitter where he was teasing a reunion or a regrouping of the Wyatt family coming back together again. The Wyatt family, that stable, obviously, in the very beginning was up and running, was fire, was quick. A lot of great things from that faction. Scary, hills have eyes type of, faction. Scary, bearded men, and, they played the part. They got you scared, they got you worried. You were worried. You would run fast, run away from them. And then it kind of there, to me anyway. And I know John Cena gets a lot of slack, a lot of booing. But if you take a step back, look, I think that once John Cena joined, the Wyatt family. Oh, and John Cena was feuding with the Wyatt family. That's when it kind of everything unraveled as far as, to me, the believability of the Wyatt family. But for a time there, Wyatt family versus the Shield was something that was a great matchup that you looked at. Wyatt family versus the Shield. Some great moments there. So now, Rowan has been released. If you're forming together, let's just go with it. And sometimes things are thrown out on Twitter, put out there just for nothing more and nothing less, just thrown out there just for the fact of seeing what would stick. If in fact that is the case, who would you put in as part of the new Wyatt family? The new Wyatt family. Would you bring back Rowan? Rowan, unfortunately, Rowan has been repackaged so many times. Again, to a certain point, it is his fault, and it's WWE creators' fault as well, that nothing has really worked. After seeing the newest reincarnation with Rowan, where the payoff was a fake spider, fake tarantula, I just, you can't, I don't know, you can't really take Rowan seriously. I think you would need a kind of a sister, Abigail, in that faction. And how would you do it? It has to come off as believable. So it has to be someone that would be coming in newly fresh, not someone that's already that you see on TV. And because then it's like it's not the believability is not there. So that's for me that's Abigail. because you've been, you need Sister Abigail. Sister Abigail is important, I think, for this reincarnation of the Wyatt family. So Sister Abigail, I could see like Caitlyn. You remember Caitlyn, who's been on WWE? I think she retired or left wrestling, is back in wrestling now again. I think Caitlyn has been gone for quite some time. That you would be able to, just by altering the appearance a little bit, you would be able to, pull it off. So I have Caitlyn, and you need your two, probably your two guys that are going to be side by side with Bray Wyatt. I think a guy like, and these could be guys that you already see on TV for quite some time, like a guy like Stan Shaw from TNA, who's Dexter Lumis. Wyatt family, a disciple, sociopath, kind of like, although he's not like the bearded guy, like the backroads type of character. Okay, he's like, to me, he's like that, like the, like almost like a Boston Strangler type of character, medieval, just crazy. Did I say medieval? Just crazy in his mindset, like the Boston Strangler type of guy, dressed up nice white shirt, nice suit and tie, and then he becomes, just a devo, a demon, devil and a demon. So I could see Dexter Lumis. It's Dexter Lumis, right? Fit one of those, be a member of the Wyatt family, and then I could see a third one. Let's go someone that maybe would need this immensely, someone that you haven't seen on TV for quite some time, someone who I think the pairing would work. The chemistry would be there right off the bat. Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt's real life brother. He could pull off the look. I think he was already growing out his beard a little bit last time we seen him. And I believe if we've seen it correctly on Twitter, it was something to the fact of he was going off to better himself, change himself, leaving Twitter, like in the sense of leaving the character was on Twitter, Bo Dallas, saying that he's gonna go change himself. So I could see him. I could see Bo Dallas. If you remember, Bo Dallas in NXT was like this next big thing down there. Or was it FCW at the time? Whatever it was, when he was quote unquote in the minor leagues, the guy was like, the next big thing. He was killing it. And he comes up, and I like the gimmick that he had. Bo Leave, this inspirational, slimy type of character, dude. I liked it. I don't know why it didn't stick. It had the catchphrase embedded in itself already right there in Bo Leave, which catchphrases are important. He had it right there. Bo Leave, Bo Dallas. It's all right there. Apparently the word was that Vince didn't like it, and that's where the character went awry, and then it got changed, and then I don't know, it kind of ran off the rails. But Bo Dallas would be would be my pick. So if I'm using like the new Wyatt family, you need a sister Abigail, Caitlin. You need two other guys, Bo Dallas and Dexter Loomis. I think they're both different type of characters that would fit with a Bray Wyatt, the leader of the cult. If in fact a new Wyatt family is formed, and if they do that, again, who knows if they are. It has to be bigger and better than what it was, because essentially what you're trying to do now, the whole forming of the Wyatt family, would be to knock down the ruler of the land, so to speak, right now in Braun Strowman. Rusev praises John Cena, going back to John Cena. His wrestling psychology says that he's learned so much. From him. He spoke about working with John Cena on his YouTube channel. Praised his ethic and ring psychology, as well as admitting that he learned a lot from him. He goes on to say, I was very fortunate in those years to work with so many legends. Mark Henry, Big Show, with Jack Swagger, all these guys, fantastic Hall of Famers, Zack Ryder too. I learned so much from everyone. I knew what I was doing, but it was so great learning from them. You learn something from every single person you work with, which show it's some maneuvers, and now you know how to work with a big guy. Once you come to Cena is just like, see you out there. And you go out there and you have a match with Cena in front of 10 to 15,000 people. You learn and just listen to the people. Cena's mentality, Cena's psychology is so freaking good because he knows what the deal is. And he just knows, and he gets it. Cena knows so much. Cena knows more than anyone in the current business and in the past few years. He just knows. I was just so blessed to be with him for so many years. We worked so many matches and so many live events and everything. That's where I think I excelled the most. So say what you want to say. Another wrestler right now who's not even under the reign of WWE, he's gone. I mean, I know his wife Lana is there, but he, you heard from Lana and Rusev before. I don't think they really care, quite honestly, what WWE says. Remember the time that, or feels or care what WWE says, thinks, feels. Because, remember the time when, they leaked their engagement in the middle of a storyline where Lana was separating from Rusev because Rusev was this, big intimidator, so on and so forth. And as soon as they announced that, they were getting married, well, they scrapped that idea. They did come back to it, though. But anyway, the point being is, this guy, he's a hot agent. I know that we're in a pandemic era, but I'm sure come, whenever his 90-day finishes, he's going to have people call in, and he's going to be picked up, and he's going to be signed real soon. Look, and he's going out of his way to praise John Cena. So John Cena, you have to admit, is a legend. Again, you have to sometimes, I think part of this business And what separates stars that will transcend, that generations from now will know about, how they will withhold the test of time. Is that how they would how they would survive the test of time? Is, their legacy. There is no character in recent history besides The Rock, talking post Attitude Era, that you could say made it huge on the level of John Cena. Randy Orton, Edge, all a step below John Cena. Roman Reigns was headed in that direction. That has clearly cooled off. Seth Rollins not on that level. So yes, obviously, Vince has to like you. But to pull it off as well, you need that extra it factor, that extra something to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. So I think that's a requirement. That's something that you have to do. The writers, the agents, no one knows you more than you know yourself. And I think that's a kind of a characteristic that you need to have. You need to be able to step up for yourself, step up in what you believe, go to the office, go to Vince, go to creative, and be like, listen, this is not working for me. This is what I want to do. Or can we change this? Can we change that? That's why, like a guy like a Matt Riddle, he's going to be the next. He's going to be a huge star, I think, because see, Matt Riddle, he is not afraid to go in there, and then he has to back it up. He has to explain it. He has to answer the bell. Look, Matt Riddle writes a post, a tweet about Goldberg, about Brock Lesnar, and everyone thinks that there is so much heat on Matt Riddle. And like I said before, a lot of people hate Matt Riddle, but Matt Riddle continues to be on your TV screen. Because you know what I think Matt Riddle does? He goes in, he knocks on the door, says, I don't like this, I don't like that, here's why I don't like this, can we work on something can we work on it this way, or can we do that instead? And see, it's like that adage that no one, if they don't know who you are, why should they care? So I think, 9 times out of 10, after all, everything that everyone says and does, the people, the people in the back, creative, the higher ups, they're going to remember, who they remember most is the people that speak up the most. And you could be, I think in the business of WWE, nice guys finish last. You gotta stick up. You gotta show them that you want it. And I think that's why John Cena is the one that sticks out of recent memory, because I think he just wanted it more, honestly, than other people. And it's something that you either have or you don't, and he's not afraid to speak up for himself. If you're afraid to speak up for yourself, you have to do it in the right way. You have to do it in a professional way. You have to think it out. Just with anything, even in the corporate world. in the job place, and you have to go about it the smart way. And I think that's what John Cena has done, and he's worked on it, and listen, he's got the respect from his peers. And it's kind of like the same way in the regards of Randy Orton. Like he said it before, it's about telling the story, having people invested in you, and you know you don't need to do the flippity and the flops. Same, like Randy Orton, he's all about telling the story in the ring right now, not about the high risk maneuvers. Matt Hardy recently on AEW Dynamite. And by the way, you could check out my channel on the Grez Show, or you could also check out Grez. Grez Show is G-R-E-S, the Grez Show, and Grez, G-R-E-S. Matt Hardy I talked about the three faces of Bray Wyatt, and you could check that out in part 1 download. But we've seen the three faces of Matt Hardy. We've seen Delete Matt Hardy. We've seen Matt Hardy. And we've seen Matt Hardy version 1, I believe. Three faces of Hardy. Brilliant. And I think that would work in AEW. Compared to Wyatt, in the sense of Matt Hardy has already established these characters, put his time in. Hope all is well.